Well, good morning. We are in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and we're going to walk around and enjoy ourselves for a good morning walk. I'm going to show you a lot of great places to grab a low-cost bite to eat. We also have a fantastic market to go through. I love it when they have the markets here. There's all these arts and crafts and all of these little carts to eat at. Oh man, I always enjoy that. I also want to have a conversation with you, and that is about some numbers that came out. The numbers talk about what people are spending to retire. And the numbers look, well, let's just put it this way. They look a little scary for most people because the cost of living back in the West is high. And if people are going to try and retire and they only have so much money to spend, it's going to be rough. Now, I will tell you, I was in a similar situation. How did I make it work? Well, let me sit down for a moment here and explain it to you. I was able to make my retirement work because I moved to Southeast Asia and I live a low-cost lifestyle. When I show you these numbers of what people are on average spending in retirement, it's going to be a little spooky. But I don't want, if any of you are in the similar boat, I don't want you to lose faith, because I will tell you, it is possible still to retire, and I'm going to show you how I did it so that you can do something similar, okay? So stay motivated, stay positive. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's get going. Here in Chiang Mai, I start my day relaxing with a nice breakfast provided at my bed and breakfast Gap's house. This place is costing me $15 a day, and it's just beautiful. Wi-Fi, utilities included, and a nice breakfast included as well. Now, Chiang Mai has plenty of great bed and breakfasts available, and I personally think this is the way to go. That's great, thank you. And here I am enjoying a nice omelet, and wouldn't you know, I've got some company here to enjoy with my breakfast. There's a whole group of kitties around here. Coffee, just a nice light breakfast, and I'm ready to head out for my morning walk. Such a nice way to start the day. Have a good breakfast at the bed and breakfast I'm staying at. Get out here and enjoy a nice walk. I love it. In fact, I enjoy getting a good exercise every morning. It doesn't cost anything. I don't have a membership to a gym. This is part of what we're going to talk about today. You see, right now the federal statistics say that people are spending on average $50,000 a year on retirement. That's what they're spending, $50,000 a year on retirement. I can tell you, I don't have enough money to spend that on retirement. Instead, I have been living here in Southeast Asia. I've been traveling around Southeast Asia, enjoying myself. I went through Latin America. I found low-cost places to live and retire. And what has my cost been? Well, I'll let you know. Over the last year, I have averaged less than $2,000 a month. Now, some months I averaged a lot less. But here's the thing. If there's anything left over, I will go out and I'll buy some more dividend stocks. I'll build my retirement. And so that's why I use 2,000 as kind of like a baseline. I am living for $24,000 a year, traveling the world and building my retirement compared to the national average, which is more than double that. That is one way that I was able to save my retirement. I moved. I changed my location somewhere that's cheaper. And here I am. And speaking of where I am, this is Chiang Mai Breakfast World. This is a German beer garden, and it's a great place to go for a nice breakfast. I'll stop in here just to get an inexpensive fruit drink and then just continue on with my walk. They have a little live music playing today. It's very nice. Thank you so much.
Good prices on the meals, a nice drink, live music. It's a great place to go.
There was a second statistic too that I think you're going to want to know. First, it showed that almost half of the people that reach 65, they're not ready for retirement at all. However, if you look across the United States, the average, the sort of median was people had around $400,000, including their house, ready for retirement. That's including their house. Now, we all know homes are about that cost right now in America, so that means that they're pretty much just house heavy. Why is that important? Well, it's important because I can relate to them. I was in a similar situation. I had paid this mortgage over decades. I had a beautiful place to live, but there was no way I was ready to retire. I had to sell my house. I had to set everything up so that I could, sell my car. I had a motorcycle. I sold that, and I invested everything. You see, a lot of people right now are nervous that they're not able to retire. And the reason why they're nervous is they're looking at these numbers and saying, that's me. I've got the same situation. I'm not ready to retire. I am telling you, stay positive because you can retire. Let me explain. You see, I was in the same situation. I did not have all this cash ready to go. I had been investing for years, but the reality is I went through a peaceful divorce, which while it was peaceful, it still wrecked me financially, and I had to rebuild my life. When I turned 52 and I decided I wanted to retire early, I also had to sell things that I had, assets, and convert them into investments. When I look at these average numbers, I look at numbers like people have $400,000 by the time they're 65, and it's pretty much all house, right? And people are nervous, like I'll never be able to retire. I am saying the opposite. You will be able to retire because that's plenty to invest. My goodness. I am living on under $2,000 a month as I travel. There are expats that I meet that live for under $1,500 a month. But now they also don't travel the way that I do. They stay in one location. Don't allow people to tell you that you're not going to be able to retire, that you don't have enough money. The reality is you are going to be able to retire, and I have faith in you. I had a similar situation, and I changed my location, and it saved my retirement.
I'm about to save my stomach. I'm going to go get myself a wonderful bowl of noodles. This little restaurant is right on the way between the park and my daily walk, basically, from my bed and breakfast. And I love to stop in here. They take a wonderful savory beef mix that's cooked there. You see it, the big bowl of it. And then they put some nice freshly cooked noodles and some veggies. Oh, it's so good. This is 100 baht, which is about $3. And it's just perfect. You know, something like this, it's not going to be like the only meal you eat all day, but I put a little spice in there and it makes for a perfect, low-cost, delicious, and fresh lunch. This is just what I look for when I just want a nice, hot, delicious bowl of noodles and then move on with my day. A restaurant like this is going to have a lot of different options on the menu. For me, this is just perfect. And then I just continue on with my walk. A lot of times I'll stop here when I'm returning from the park and heading back towards my bed and breakfast. I love these little low-cost meals like this. Don't worry about the cost of food when you're traveling through Southeast Asia. That's probably the last of your worries. I noticed here at the park in the morning they have yoga that meets every day. So if that's something you're looking for, just to let you know, they seem to have pickleball and yoga.
Let's take a look at that number. 400,000. That's the average that the federal government is saying at the age of 65, people have in their name, even in their household, okay? ready for retirement. That's not a lot, I'll tell you, but if it can be liquidated, if it can be converted into an investment, can you survive on that? Well, I'll tell you what. If you can get an average of about 6% on 400,000, what does that come up to? Comes up to 24,000. 24,000 a year. And that is what I am living on. So imagine that. If the average person in America took a good look at what they have, what they actually have, and just decided to make some changes in their life, they could retire just fine. You see, the numbers are not what's wrong. It's the mindset. You've got to change your mindset. The average American is paying $50,000 a year to retire. But coming here to Southeast Asia, I cut that in half. The average American is saying, I cannot retire because I only have $400,000 and that includes my house. What did I say? Yeah, me too. I sold it, I liquidated everything, turned around, invested it, and I'm living just fine. By making different decisions, by changing your location, you can make retirement happen, so don't give up on it.
In the comment section, I get asked a lot about laundry. First of all, you will find 24-hour laundry places like this, some smaller. This one's a pretty good size. All over Thailand, no problem. And Chiang Mai is no different. Here's the prices for you so you can see how much you can knock out your laundry just fine. This is how I do laundry, okay? I take the hot water, I fill up the sink. Sometimes it might be in the bathtub. Sometimes I might have to use, who knows, maybe a bucket with a bag in it. You never know. But I take a little Downy packet, which costs about maybe 10, 15 cents, the equivalent. And then I put my clothing in there. And I just started moving it around just like this right here. And it just works out just fine. If you have something that, like maybe you got a little food or something, you got to kind of work on it. But otherwise, the Downy does a wonderful job. It gets it very clean. Then I go through a rinse cycle, which is what I'm doing now. It's a rinse cycle. And I hang it up to dry, just like this. And it works fine. If I have a balcony, I'll hang it up on the balcony. I'll drape it over chairs on a balcony, but hanging it up indoors like this actually works just fine. This is why I use lightweight clothing. I just do my own laundry. And now I'm going to show you the market. Every Sunday they have a great market right here in Chiang Mai.
The beef burger with the cheese, please. How much? Just one here. Are they spicy?
Not spicy.
Not spicy?
Yeah, spicy.
That's a spicy one?
Yeah, spicy. One?
I'll try one spicy and then one non-spicy.
Yeah, one non-spicy.
This was an interesting sausage. They actually had the little glass noodles inside the sausage. I'd never seen that before. That's the first time I experienced this one.
Chocolate right here, okay. And then one banana. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
arts and crafts, everything. Things to bring home. You can even get massages.
Perfect.
I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. We got a chance to look around Chiang Mai, have some great meals, enjoy the market, and I also got a chance to show you a little bit about how I do laundry and where you can go to get laundry done here 24 hours a day. That's from the comment section. A lot of people have been asking, how do I get laundry done? So I wanted to show you that. But it's been a good conversation, and I am glad that you came along with me. We've got a lot more to talk about. We're still enjoying Chiang Mai, and we've got a lot of other countries to go to around the world, living a minimalist lifestyle just like this, one backpack and traveling. Would you like to learn more about that lifestyle? Well, like and subscribe the video and come along with. Okay, we'll talk again soon. Aloha.
I thought I was safe at my bed and breakfast, but I wasn't. The mad ninja attack cat of Thailand. He was watching me, ready to jump over this moat and tear out my jugular vein. A vicious beast, highly trained in clandestine, using this chair to hide from me. And he had his banditos with him. This one was vicious, ready to strike at any moment. And he had another one that came at me from behind. Another beast ready to strike. Just look at the viciousness.